Geronimo, you ready for the 100k strat?
Let's run it, man. I need to see you with that rollie.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get a Rolex when he hits 100k cash.
We're gonna get it for you, bro.
I'm gonna get it, bro.
Let's look in the strategy and let's execute.
So essentially, guys, this is gonna be the roadmap to 100k per month. And you wanna tell them what happens when you hit 100k cash collected?
So me and Elias is chilling over there.
Yeah, guys.
We said, okay, Liam, once we hit 100k month, we're gonna give you a Rolex.
Yeah, bro. That'll be my first Rolex. You know, I'll be 16 years old. That'll be the first Rolex in my family. That'll be sick.
Yeah, crazy stuff, man. We're gonna get it for you, bro.
I'm gonna get it, bro.
Let's look in the strategy and let's execute.
So yeah, essentially, guys, this is to hit 100k cash collected, not revenue. Right now, Geronimo's at 60k revenue. Essentially, and that's in December, right? Right now, it's January. So December, which is a really bad month, usually for the info, hit 60k revenue. So let's get into the KPIs and numbers for the 100k per month strat.
Let's run it.
So essentially, Geronimo, right now, your cash collected ROAS is at 7.2. We need to try and bring that up to 12x ROAS on cash collected, not revenue. Now, the reason for that is, obviously, we want to bring in more lead flow, because that's an issue that you're having at the moment.
Yeah, lead flow.
But at the same time, we want to, you know, increase the conversion even more. At the same time, we want to increase the qualified call rate from 75% to 95%. The reason for that is all the calls that are booked, you want to maximize every single one. And the most important one, and this is probably going to be the one that just by this on its own is going to get us to the 100k cash collected mark. It's going to be lowering the atrocious $8 cost per follower to $2.
That's not good at all. $8 is pretty bad, bro.
It is absolutely horrendous having an $8 cost per follower. So yeah, even though it's cutting it down by like 4x, keep in mind that it's because back then his cost per follower was about $4, but because like we weren't refreshing the ads, it just went up and up. So that's the KPIs and numbers we have to hit for the 100k cash collected mark.
I'm liking it.
This is essentially the strategy we're going to cover, right? There's not really much to it. All it really is it mostly relies on ads, right? Obviously. Let's just get the fundamentals out of the way. Essentially like the offer, the pricing, the ICP. You're pretty clear on it already. We just want to make sure it's super dialed in so that we can target them, right? So first of all, what is like your current ICP? So what's their like location, financial qualifications?
UK, USA based. So one of those two English speaking countries. That's for ICP, you know. We have the Spanish students, which are G's, Irish students and stuff. So we do take people around Europe. But in terms of what the ads and stuff, what they're targeting is UK, USA. They either work a 9 to 5 and they are sick and tired of it, or they've got a little bit of money saved up and they want to start an agency. Maybe they're in university or college.
What about like how much money should they have ready to invest? Like just an estimate.
At least 4 figures. I mean, the offer, it's a 2k offer. Yeah, only like low 4 figures they can get in, essentially. Like if they're a good fit, then we can sell to them.
Yeah, obviously you've got pricing plans and all that, but we want to try and get as many piffs as possible so that we can increase that AOV up. Currently, right now, your AOV is at 1.7k.
Yeah.
For a 2k offer.
For what, 2k pounds?
Oh,
which
2k
is like
pounds.
2.6k dollars.
Right, so pretty good actually AOV. So yeah, essentially to add to your current ICP, you need to create like an identity. So right now, you said your identity are, you know, people in the UK, USA that are working 9 to 5, have some money saved up. There's 2 things you have to essentially do. You need to protect this identity. So what do I mean by protecting this identity? So let's say they want obviously live in Bali, achieve financial success, buy the BMW, all this kind of stuff. You need to protect that identity and make sure that they actually achieve those results, right? Or you upgrade it where you give them like, you know, more expectations. So let's say they want a BMW, all this kind of stuff. You show them past client results and you say, yeah, you can achieve more than that. Usually you would want to upgrade the identity because that way, like you kind of promise more. But obviously you need to deliver that expectation. Yeah. Essentially the identity themes, so what actually makes up the identity is the self-image, so who they perceive themselves, the internal standards, who they refuse to be, and what makes them feel like they're winning or failing, right? So you need to really go in depth into like who they want to be and like down to the emotional level. You need to really be able to understand them more than you understand themselves so you can really properly target their pain points in content.
So like who they refuse to be would be like, they refuse to be someone stuck in a job, getting told what to do every minute of the day. I gotta go deep into that.
Exactly. So yeah, that's a pain point that they have. Let's say they refuse to be somebody that, you know, makes minimum wage as a bartender or whatever job they've got. Like they actually refuse to be that and they don't want to be that person anymore. You need to really target that in your content so you hit a nerve pretty much and you hit a pain point.
Yeah.
And that's how you get them to buy.
Yeah.
So yeah, essentially you create these identity themes. And that's really how you just get a deeper understanding of your ICP. Super simple. I'm going to go into motivation now. So this is what actually gets somebody to buy, motivation. So there's two types. We're not really going to go much in depth into this. We're going to go into ads. But essentially positive motivation, you basically promising progress, achievement, freedom, talking about the good things that is going to happen inside the content or the program. Or there's also negative motivation. This is like, if you don't achieve this, you're going to have this. So kind of like the negative sides. Now, every person is different, right? In my opinion, I find that men react more to negative motivation and women to positive motivation. We'll actually be able to see how they react based on what gym music they listen to, is what I find. But yeah, you need to really understand like your ICP, what they usually react to. But you should still use a bit of both inside your messaging and positioning. But that's just to get them to take action.
So what would be an example of negative motivation in my niche?
So in your niche, which is you help people start an agency, not people who already have one, essentially you would say something like...
Well, both. I do both, but let's say I was targeting a fresh 9-to-5 guy.
Well, essentially you would say something like, yeah, if you don't like lock in on this agency or, start this new business model or whatever it is, them starting something,
you're going to be stuck working a job.
Exactly.
All right, makes sense.
And the positive would be the other way around, where if you do start this, you'll achieve this.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I like it.
So yeah, basically then you need to just create a list of green flags and red flags. So like, based in a first world country, making at least 5K a month, it really depends. You need to create a list of them. These are just some examples. Like they can pay in full, they're hardworking. All this really makes a difference. So you need to create a list of these green flags. At the same time, red flags like they're in a third world country like India, Pakistan, or
Nigeria.
Yeah, the problem is that a lot of these countries don't tend to have people with a lot of money, so they can't really afford it, and a lot of the times they waste time. But obviously there are people still that do have the money and are willing to put the time and effort into actually succeeding. It really depends on like how determined they are, but most of the time people in these countries are usually time wasters. So yeah, you need to create this list of green flags and red flags, and that will really help you identify. So yeah, pricing structure, this is pretty simple. You've got a pretty good pricing structure at the moment. You said £2,000, right? Yeah, obviously you want to have payment plans around that. So I know that you're very flexible with your payment plans and how people pay already. That's really good. I would say at some point you need to increase that, but I think not yet, not quite yet. Because when you hit 60k cash collected, not revenue, then if you just increase it by 1k, if you do the math, that'll almost get you to that 100k mark.
Yeah.
In cash collected.
Yeah.
Even though you might drop off on a bit of sales, still, like your closing rate's pretty high. So yeah, but for now, you should leave it and try and get the conversion up. See, that's the boring stuff out of the way, like the pricing, offer, and ICP. Now we're going to get into the fun part.
Cool.
Yeah, the actual ad strategy. This is what I've been waiting for and I've been really excited. So, the funnel fundamentals, right? This is the top of funnel ad campaigns. Essentially, we're going to run 4 different creatives at $20 each, which would be $80 a month. And every 14 days...
$80 a day?
Yeah, $80 a day on top of funnel.
Yeah, on top of funnel.
Right.
Yeah.
There's still obviously the retargeting, which we'll get into. And that's where the money's actually made, guys. You'll see. So every 14 days, we'll analyze what went well and we'll make fresh creatives. Remember, we want to actually make this KPI, right? Which is go from an $8 cost per follower to a $2 cost per follower.
Yeah.
Right? So for some context, guys, for you watching, Geronimo used to have a $4 cost per follower when he would refresh his ads. But there was a point where for about a month, he was running the same ads and like the cost per follower kept increasing slowly.
Yeah, it's like over a month and 3 quarters.
Exactly.
It's crazy long.
So yeah, essentially, keeping it fresh, new ads, should give the people new ads and should get new followers. So yeah, essentially, right, once we make those fresh creatives, we want to create 4 creatives every 14 days, every 2 weeks. So I'm going to explain how the process of this top funnel work, right? As you can see, this is an example. It got 100k views, and you didn't really spend that much money on it because it's a top funnel.
Yeah.
It's just to get new people in that have never heard of you before. So same with these creatives. The main goal of these creatives is to try and get as many views as possible. New people, not people that have already seen you, people that have never seen you before. On the actual awareness scale, right? We've got non-aware, so they're not aware at all, so not aware. Then we've got problem-aware, so people that know they've got a problem. So like for you, that means that, they know that they can't be working a bartending job or 9 to 5 or whatever it is. Solution aware, which is like online business or even agency. Then you've got most aware, which are people that are really aware of you, who you are, and all this type of stuff. So you want to target people that are at least problem aware. Solution aware would be better. We definitely don't want to target the not aware, because you are targeting people that don't even know they've got a problem and you're trying to sell them, and that is going to be very difficult.
So how, on my top of the funnel ads, how would I target people problem aware?
So essentially, right, on the targeting, it's very simple. We want to target, obviously, ICP, which would be people in the UK and USA that essentially, work a 9 to 5 and have interest in, entrepreneurship, right? So they watch entrepreneurials or whatever it is. So this essentially tells us that they've got an interest in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Now there's either two things right there. That usually tells us that they're solution aware. Obviously, it's not always guaranteed. They might just, have just an interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, when you target these age groups and this demographic, a lot of the time people will be solution aware. And even if they're problem aware, that's still fine.
Yeah.
But we really want to target that solution aware audience. That they know that they want to, get out of the job and actually start an online business. Essentially, like we said, 21 to 30, first world country, ideally UK, but USA is also good. And obviously interest in entrepreneurship. And obviously you need to optimize this for the new Andromeda update. This is super simple, there's not really much to it. All it literally is make fresh creatives. And have more creatives. Like right now we're just testing with 4. Potentially in the future it would be good to lower the budget and split test, uploading more creatives, have more creative diversity.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, it's a good idea. Just restock on creatives every week, like split test.
But we need to split test that. Right now, 4 creatives is plenty because we're split testing. So next, I'm going to go into retention retargeting. So this is something that Geronimo and me actually came up with on a one-on-one call. And essentially, what this is we found a massive gap. We were only retargeting to people that have clicked on the CTA. But there were a lot of people that, watched the first 3 seconds of the top of funnel ad, but didn't actually do anything. Isn't that right?
Yeah, a lot.
But we thought that, they're high quality leads. But nobody's going to click a CTA after the first time they watch a video. Even when it's as simple as click on the Instagram profile.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a couple of tries. So essentially, this is what we came up with, which is called retention retargeting. So essentially, we've got the top funnel, boost post or the top of funnel profile visit ad. And if they watched at least 3 seconds of the video, but didn't follow or didn't click on the actual profile, they get sent to retention retargeting. So this is essentially a storytelling video of your journey, your past, what we've actually done to achieve what you've achieved, and you talking about a client result, right? Because we want to show more context about who you are and what you've done. Not other people talking about you, but you talking about you. Because we want people to obviously resonate with you.
Yeah.
And not the other way around. Obviously, afterwards, we want to show client proof and testimonials. But right now, you want to talk about yourself to show who you are so that they follow. Because that's the whole point. You'll see why we want them to follow, guys. But essentially, it's when they follow, it gets added to a lead list. It's actually pretty cool. We'll show you guys in a sec. So essentially, I'm going to create 2 creatives, right? 2 creatives. I'm going to refresh those creatives every 14 days. So like I said, one is going to be the storytelling one, where you kind of talk about yourself, your journey. You've obviously got your own agency making 5 figures a month, right? So obviously, what you teach is actually valuable because you've done it yourself. And you need to talk about your clients, not your clients talk about you. So you'll see why we do that in a second. But for example, your client George, right? Right now he's making 15k pounds a month. So essentially you just talk about George's journey and what he did to achieve that. So and this is the video idea. So my journey to 20k a month. You need to include where I was before, the struggles, the pains that I had. It needs to be really relatable to the ICP, which you already talk about the positive and negative motivation before. The business model breakdown. The shiny object, you need to really show it as if it was a shiny object and the new thing, right? Nobody likes old things. They want new things.
Yeah.
Obviously, the testimonial story, which is you talking about the client. But that's super simple. There's not really much to it. So before implementing retention retargeting and wasting ad spend and having a $20 cost per click, 20 cent cost per click, and losing a lot of potential leads. After implementing the retention retargeting, we actually found that you got a 12-cent cost per click on the retention retargeting. So it lowered the cost per click by 8 cents, which doesn't seem like a lot. We're pretty much getting almost double the clicks from that.
Yeah.
To your profile.
Yeah.
You're maximizing lead potential because before they follow, they already know who you are from the videos.
More nurtured.
Exactly, more nurtured. So, Geronimo, I've got a question for you actually. Before the actual retention retargeting, before we implemented it, do you remember what your cost per click was? Like when it was just the top of funnel and the other retargeting?
It was like 25p, 30p.
Yeah, 20, 30p. So that's like, don't know how much that is in cents, like 35 cents.
Yeah.
And that went down to, then 20 cents because we started testing new things, and then it went down to 12 on the retention retargeting campaign. So it shows that it really works, right? And yeah, lastly, we've got the Instagram profile visit and engagement retargeting. This is kind of the bread and butter, right? This is super important because even though we retarget to people that have watched 3 seconds of the top funnel video, what happens when they click? That's it, they're out. No, we want to keep making sure that they click until they follow. So we're going to have 2 different creatives, $15 each, $30 total. We've got the retention retargeting, which is, storytelling. The main focus is you talking about yourself, your clients, and the journey. But this type of retargeting is going to be more retention edit, right? This is going to be your client talking about you because we want to show that social proof. Like you said, that nurture, right?
Yeah. That's real social proof. Somebody's saying it.
Exactly. When you talk about a client, let's say in your case, you talk about George, right?
Yeah.
In the retention retargeting, and they've got George in the back of their mind, and then they actually see George saying how good of a coach he is or whatever. Like the actual nurture is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, crazy.
It's absolutely insane. So yeah, we've got also Dev, right? You can talk about him, but essentially you just want to create like the retention edits reels for profile visit retargeting ads.
Yeah.
It's super simple, there's not really much to it. Yeah, now we're going to move on to competitor analysis, right? So this is where we actually get a lot of the ideas and inspiration for the ads that we're going to film, because we get to look at what every single competitor in the space for you are doing. So obviously, we're not going to mention your competitors here, right? But we've got 3 competitors. Obviously, we put this in the AI systems, right? Remember that? So yeah, pretty much they have to have very similar ICP, sell the same type of outcome, must be actively converting, must have an active converting following list, right? All the 3 competitors we've got for Geronimo already do that, and they're actually really good competitors, except that one guy. Yeah. We're not gonna get into that guy, but Geronimo has one competitor that is like
Mr. Fake sales calls.
Yeah, he fakes his own sales calls, so we're not gonna call him out. But anyways, so crazy, right? So essentially, the competitor analysis framework, super simple. You just need to break down their positioning, the alpha framework, the conversion, and the authority proof. So like, who they claim to help, what do they promise, how they actually convert, and what are their testimonials and what kind of results they've gotten. And you really need to compare that to what you've got. So leveraging competitors for ideation. The AI competitor analysis system that we've installed takes the 3 competitors, analyze the 10 most recent videos, so 30 in total, gives it an outlier score, and from that we'll be able to see basically the 1 or 2 of the 10 most recent videos of a competitor. So yeah, we're going to go to the interface. We won't do that here because we don't want to show all of your data because it's pretty valuable.
No, but the system is fire.
Yeah, essentially what it does, the system, is it calculates all the numbers, like all the DMs you get, the qualified followers, fully automatically. It's absolute fire. So yeah, your Instagram profile, this is next. So all the people from the ads are going to click on your profile because we want them to follow. So the ideal profile setup, your profile is already pretty lit as it already is.
Yeah.
Like your bio's pretty optimized, your name's optimized, your username is optimized, you've got good followers following you, a lot of mutual followers, that's very good for authority. The highlights, very good, and the actual grid itself with the pictures are really good. So yeah, for the reels though, is for the actual pin reels that you do, there's a few things you have to change.
Yeah.
So you need to have a pinned bottom of the funnel reel, which we're going to explain what it is down here in the triple pillar framework. Then you need to have a pinned bottom of the funnel reel, so you need to have 2, and a pinned VSL CTA reel. So essentially this CTA reel will take them to your YouTube VSL, which you've already got, which would be either breaking down the business model or your own kind of story, which you've already got on your YouTube, right? So it'll look kind of like this. So it'll go from, these videos to these videos.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got all your normal
Top of
reels.
funnel. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, and that will just like maximize conversion. So the bottom of the funnel reels will just either drive to the DMs or like a story sequence or a highlight.
Nurtures a lot.
Yeah, nurtures. But at the same time, like,
It gets them to take action.
yeah, we want to, once they follow, we want to try and get them to YouTube as quick as possible. That's the whole goal. But yeah, next we've got follow ads. As you've got like 44,000 followers right now, you've got basically a list of 44,000 people that you can reach out to, retarget.
Well, look, I'd say like majority of those 44K are gonna be unqualified.
Yeah, that's still fine though, because like you're gonna be getting new followers each day with the top funnel ads.
So like select like last 180 days
Yeah, you can
worth
do
of
that.
followers, because they'll be the newest followers.
You can do that, yeah. But essentially, follow ads are super simple. All it is just show an ad to your follower, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really much budget you can do. You can do $15 total a day, which you can do less than that. $15 is like probably a bit too much.
Yeah.
$10 probably better. 2 creatives, $5 each will be plenty because you won't be getting that many followers each week.
Yeah.
Once we get the cost per follower down to $2 and your ad spend is actually dialed, say you spend 6K a month on ads, that'd put you at 3K followers a month. That'd put you at 3,000 views, so it's not really much at all.
Yeah, not much.
This is for the qualified followers and the new followers you get, and the whole point is to take them to YouTube as quick as possible, right? Once they follow, we want to take them to YouTube or to the DMs. That's it, nothing else. So an example follower ad is you need to make an ad, giving away something valuable. So like a lead magnet, where they DM a word. The lead magnet is probably going to be the VSL.
VSL, yeah, straight to the VSL.
For a YouTube video. Give them a reason to go to YouTube. But yeah, that's really follower ads. It's not that difficult. All it is just essentially tell them why they should go to YouTube. And that's the lead magnet, the VSL itself. So this is a triple pillar framework. This is super simple. This is just the framework you need to follow when filming the creatives. You need to have authority. So in your content and overall social media presence and brand, it's crucial that, we know how to build leverage and authority. So, authority comes from good speech and confidence, which you've clearly got.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been doing content for a while, and your life resonates, and you post your authentic life. You don't rent a Lamborghini and say, buy my course, right? You're actually authentic, because you own your BMW, obviously. I've been in it today, so you post your very authentic life, right? And that's building real authority. So example of this is, you make money online with your boys. This is at the O2. So, you're around high leverage individuals. Your life resonates and it's authentic. And it's a real result you sell, right?
Yeah.
And for example, here again, you're around high leverage individuals. Your life resonates to the results you sell, and you've got good speech and confidence. There's not really much to it, right? Then we've got accurate first impressions. There's not really much to the first impressions. All it means is that you're well presented. You look clean. You've got nice hair. You're not looking dirty, right? You're not in a dirty place. You're in a nice place. You're in a nice place. That's all the accurate first impression is, right? And strong emotion, you always need to cause a strong emotion in the video itself, because the only way somebody's going to watch a video is if you cause a strong emotion. Nobody is going to actually watch the entire video if it doesn't trigger any emotion, right? So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Essentially, here's an example hook. So you can say, here's how you can lose 15 pounds of body weight. Or you can say, I've made a lot of mistakes and have a lot of regrets within my fitness journey. If I had to go back and give one piece of advice to gain or lose fat, it will be this.
Yeah. More emotion.
More emotion, right?
You made mistakes and stuff, and they want to see, yeah.
It's more like storytelling also. So yeah.
Yeah, I need to implement that.
Yeah, it's very simple. So yeah, that's the actual ads framework. So this is the actual content framework, right? So the input KPIs is super simple. It's just going to be 2 reels a day, daily stories, a daily story sequence, and 2 YouTube long forms a week.
Mm-hmm.
Not much to it, right? So your Instagram is already pretty much optimized. What I would say is that you should try and verify it, right? Because it just adds that extra social proof and, the authority. Although it's not like fully mandatory, but I think it will just help you, get that extra client, right? Just that one extra client that sees you verified and he starts following you from that.
Interesting.
So yeah. So for stories, there's 2 story styles. What I like to call it is either aura farming, right, where it's just like a picture like this with no call to action, or value with action, right? So As you can see, it's like a sequence with different text, and we want them to do like an action.
Yeah, like watch VSL or DM me.
Exactly. So oil farming could be like you traveling, high-end luxury cars. Obviously, you don't want to, rent it and say buy my course. You want to be like really authentic with
Yeah,
it.
obviously, yeah.
So these are some example pictures that they have to resonate with the ICP, obviously. So the value, this is the actual framework for the value story sequences. First, you need to do a statement hook. So this is what we did. So you, my client Geronimo,
Yeah.
we scaled it to 40k per month. It's now 60k per month. And then you need to have a pain point, so he doesn't have 12-hour work days, hundreds of clients, a 20-person team. And yeah, you need to explain the desired outcome. So like traveling, boxing, driving, networking, the method. So for you, that would be like, the method that you use, the authority and reinforcement. So that would be like, right, so this is the authority, so backed by a proven AI acquisition framework. And lastly, you've got the clear CTA, which is, reply playbook or go to YouTube or whatever it is, the CTA itself. And this is the reels how you can structure them, right? So top funnel reels, you've got this pretty dialed, I would say. Talk about something that your ICP would resonate with. This format is working pretty well for you, so just continue.
It is, yeah.
Middle of funnel, you want to, trigger that reciprocity bias where you give them value, you give out everything for free on the YouTube, they take no action, they get guilt, they want to give you stuff back, and it's very easy for them to act upon CTAs.
Yeah.
Very simple. This is ideal what you currently got, which is this talking head style, which is also the style of your ads. Amazing, right? Now, top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of the funnel split. You should have 60% top of funnel, 20% middle of funnel, no CTA,
and 20% CTA.
Yeah, CTA to YouTube.
Or you like comment keyword.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can do either 60-40 or you can do 50-50. It depends how much nurture you wanna.
I think 50-50 is good because I'm getting a lot of followers from the profile visit ads anyway.
Exactly. So yeah, for bottom of the funnel, you just need that highly edited client testimonial. So every once in a while, you don't need to post that. I mean, once a month, if that. So yeah, for bottom of the funnel reels, it's just like these retention edited client testimonials. Not much to it, right? And should be high quality, highly edited with animation, so the editor will just sort that out. And yeah, that's the content. So for YouTube is pretty optimized as it is. The only thing though is the actual homepage could be a bit more optimized. You should have a VSL.
I can't change the homepage. It shows like what is good for you.
Yeah, you can delete that, bro.
For you.
You can in the YouTube settings.
No way.
Right?
Can I actually do that?
Yeah, I'll show you afterwards.
Because I can have my most recents up there. My most recents are super dialed.
You can. What I do, right, is we've got like a start here playlist where it's the VSL, and then you've got normal like middle of the funnel videos to remove the objections. And then you've got the client testimonials down below here, right? Which that's the best way to structure it. And a VSL video in the middle, right? It's like the featured video.
Yeah, that should be there.
Well, it's not there.
What I have it set as my trailer.
It's not there, bro. That's a few clicks. It's not that difficult. Yeah. So it's literally just, add the playlist, add the trailer pin video. Don't know why it's not showing for you. And yeah, just make sure that the homepage is dialed. And apart from that, it's looking amazing. So for top funnel YouTube video, you're already doing amazing. It's just, keep doing those vlog style videos. That's amazing for top funnel.
Yeah, we haven't posted a vlog in like 4 months.
There'll be a vlog from the London retreat one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be coming out soon, guys. So then we've got the middle funnel YouTube videos. This is super simple. So the middle of the funnel YouTube videos, essentially what they should do is they should remove objections. So the AI system that you've got access to, that I've built, will look at all your sales calls and get like 2 or 3 objections that are very common. And you just need to make YouTube videos to remove that objection. And lastly, your middle of the funnel is also VSL, right? Bottom of the funnel YouTube videos is just client testimonials. Very simple. So yeah, the split is going to be 70% middle of the funnel, 20% bottom of the funnel, and 10% top of funnel, as most of the traffic is going to be from Instagram.
Which is top of funnel.
Exactly.
But
this is the actual content.
Yeah.
So yeah, for VSL, it's very simple. You just need to get that reciprocity bias.
Would you say my VSL is super dialed right now?
Yeah, it's dialed. Right now you said you've got 2 VSLs. Well,
yeah, this is business model plus lifestyle, plus me and Ilyas. The other one is just business model, plus our results. So it's like super dialed because they can watch both before they hop on call with Rio, and then
your success manager,
they'll get closed. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty sick, to be honest. Like you've got 2 VSLs. To be honest, most people would probably say to bring that down to 1 VSL, but I think that 2 is probably better.
It's more nurture at the end of the day.
Yeah, because like right now you're looking for more quality leads, not really more volume. Even though you do need to increase the volume a bit. Where if somebody watches
both.
Increase both, yeah. If somebody watches 2 videos, the nurture will be way higher.
Yeah.
So that's why 2 VSL is probably a lot better. So yeah, that's the content done. And lastly, you've got the DM setting flow. Your set already does this.
My set is very dialed.
But yeah, essentially what it does is it sends an opener message to new followers so that we can start that conversation, qualify, build reciprocity. Yeah, so right now you've got, we've actually only got 1 set. I used to have 2. But yeah, you've got Geronimo, you've got the marketing and the brand. Ilias, he does like some of the fulfillment and branding, right? Some of the Mara boards, all this kind of stuff. And me and Omar kind of do like some of the AI systems in the back end for you. Also, we do some AI systems for your clients. If you didn't know, guys, we've got kind of like a partnership where I kind of help him scale, right? Also, at the same time, I'm very good with AI, so I help him build a few AI systems for
his agency and clients, students and stuff.
It's a pretty sick partnership, actually. But yeah, we're going to scale to the moon now. So yeah, you've got your closer and your success manager Rio, obviously, your long form editor and short form editor. That's essentially it. That's really the strategy to scale to 100k per month in cash collected. There's not really much to it. All it is dial in the systems, optimize a few key metrics, and get more volume in. That's it.
Bro, I can't wait. Let's do it, bro. I need to see you with that rollie.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get a Rolex when he hits 100k cash.